Hello, guys and gals, and welcome. I'm glowing. The sunlight is coming in from the freaking rooftop, and it's like burrowing into my very soul right now. Oh, wait, that's right. I'm a ginger. I don't have a soul. Mwahahaha. Anyway, we're gonna do some more videos today. I think I'm gonna plan to get into Man, burping. I plan to get into some skills and abilities videos. I'm going to do a couple unique items. I'm going to see if I can get the last piece of the sets. Donations are indeed welcome because I don't have access to any of this stuff right now, so I have to find a way to get access to it. So if you have any of the pieces that I need, I would definitely appreciate getting them right now. And if you want them back, I can give them to you back. Obviously, ladder season hasn't started yet, so this is all made up and the points don't matter. So as always, let's get started. Deedoo 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 deedoo. Beep beep. Hold on, I got my vocalizers needs to warm up. Beep beep beep. Deedoo dee dee beep beep boop. Dee 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 dee. What's up, guys and gals? Teabags, what's up, Teabags? Welcome to the stream. Bing, bing. So I'm not sure what I want to do first. If I want to dive into the skills and abilities, or if I want to dive into I have two unique items I could do as well. So that could also be fun. Okay. Dying. Do I have any codes for D2R? I did actually have two codes yesterday that were given to me by Blizzard, and I gave them out to two lucky individuals in the stream yesterday. Maybe, perhaps, they'll show up and give me some more keys. I don't know. But as of right now, I do not have any keys to give away. Blizzard says millions still play Diablo 2. Millions. They're so busy trying to make Diablo 5 and Diablo 4 and Diablo 6 and shit. And honestly, they'd probably be better off just diving into D2. Like, why bother? They already have like almost like the perfect formula with D2. Why not just make content for D2? It's so much of a better option. Of course, then they might like go too far into it and end up ruining it. So, never mind. Forget you heard that.
Is that him?
It is the he. It is the I. It is the yo. It is the woo.
Okay.
I'm online. I was thinking about starting with the skills and abilities. It'll help me. It'll help me understand the abilities better, and then like
So apparently, Llama confirmed that the heralds do have like level difficulties to them. So the more you spawn in the game, the harder they get, and the better loot they drop. He also said something about the devs buffing the Sunder Charm drop rate a little bit.
I mean, yeah, it's like we literally did like multiple P8s and also used the things and did like full runs and stuff. We got one in what 3 days?
Yeah.
It's the drop rate on the latent charms is pretty abysmal. To the point that I would definitely say that like as of right now, they're just not even like it's not even an acceptable drop rate. It's more along the lines of like you might as well just assume you're not going to get one. You know, like where it is right now, where you build your character around the Sunder Charms, with the drop rate they have at current, like you might as well just assume you're not going to get one. Just build a character like with the understanding that you're not going to get a Sunder Charm.
Agreed. He also said the chance to draw the ire is just a random chance on killing a champion or unique.
Which is weird because I've also seen it spawn for just walking into a zone.
Yeah, I agree. The Herald can spawn on any. So once you draw the Ire, the Herald just randomly, I think, takes over like the next pack that's like a pack that spawns or has a chance to. But the to draw the Ire, the gaze of it is just a chance on killing a champion or unique. Apparently, is what he said.
Do I think that the Warlock is a fun class? Yes, I do. I think it needs a little bit of just a touch of balancing. I think it is a little OP. Some of the abilities specifically are a little broken. I mean, but like overall, it's very fun. I mean, it traditionally the new class is always kind of a little broken before they patch it.
I mean, also one of the devs confirmed that millions of people still play Diablo 2 by their server numbers.
And that's not even including offline game. So that's what I tell people all the time. Like, there's no, you cannot compute how many people are playing Diablo 2 because online is the only thing that you can measure. You can't measure offline. You know how many people in like countries where they don't even have computers that are even remotely as powerful as ours, Leon, are still playing like D2 LOD on like some old like Pentium 3 like rig from like 2001.
They also said they wouldn't be against, like touching Barb and stuff, but whatever changes they make, they want to do it with the community. They don't want to make changes by themselves and then say, hey, this is what we did. They said they want to run every change by the community.
I mean, I could tell you exactly what to do with the Barbarian. I was talking about it yesterday. Here you go, Blizzard, if you're listening. There you go. I'm going to give you everything that you need to do to the Barbarian right now. Okay? Number one, just take all these masteries and just shove them all together. All right? And put it into one giant mastery. All right? And make it so that depending on which weapon you use, you get different benefits. So, like, obviously, a really low-hanging fruit would be Mace Mastery is going to get Crushing Blow. So, like, you get, like, maybe, like, 5 to 10% CB for wielding a mace. And then something like the spear would definitely be critical strike. So you would get extra critical strike for utilizing spears. You would get maybe like additional attack speed or something for using axes, and so forth and so on. Just crush all those together and give them special benefits so that each individual weapon type has its own like specific bonus. He's the master of all weapons. He's not the master of one weapon, okay? The Barbarian has always been the master of all weapons. So why are we making him choose between what weapon he wants to use? Increased stamina is probably the most useless ability in the game. And very simply, all you got to do to make this ability worthwhile is link together stamina with something else. So, for instance, you could make it so that the Barbarian has like the larger the stamina pool he has, like the more he's able to like attack per second, right? So like for instance, you could just simply make it so that if he puts 20 points in this, he's going to be able to attack like maybe 20% faster, just for simply putting points into increased stamina. Because stamina is also longevity, and it's basically your ability to hang in there through tough fights. It's not just your run speed, right? So you like tie it together with something else. All the combat skills, like pretty much all of them, suck balls. Give them special benefits for each weapon type. Make him the master of all weapons. You don't have to change any of the weapon abilities. You can just give them special benefits for using those weapons with those abilities. Like you could put a special benefit on Whirlwind that is specifically for one weapon type. Including in combat masteries, include the bow in there. Include the crossbow. Like, why is the Barbarian not able to wield all weapons? Why is he only able to wield some weapons? He's not the master of some weapons. He's the master of all weapons. So give him the ability to use bows. Give him the ability to use crossbows. Give him the ability to use all the weapon types. Heck, put a freaking throwing potion mastery in there too. Like if you're going to combine them all together anyway, it doesn't matter. Just have them all in there and every single mastery in one mastery. And then when he puts points into it, he gets benefits for each individual ability that he's going to use or weapon that he uses. He only gets that benefit if he's using that weapon. And that way, instead of making the Barbarian choose between which one he wants to put points into, you're letting him decide which benefit he wants. And even though in the grand scheme of things, it's the same thing as choosing between which weapon you want, he doesn't have to choose, right? He can still like pick up and play with whatever weapons he wants to. He's the freaking master of weapons. He can be on the battlefield like fighting and a random weapon drops, and he can just pick it up and throw it at somebody's head, which is exactly what he should do. And then each one of these abilities should have some sort of special thing that comes with the weapons that are going on. Like, for instance, Whirlwind should work with freaking bows. Why? Well, why not? Like, Whirlwind should work with bows, and it should work with throwing weapons. Like, you could basically do this to just about any of these weapons. Like Leap Attack. Leap Attack is an ability where you come down and you slam on top of the target, right? Well, if you slam on top of the target with a big giant mace, you're going to make a shockwave. If you slam on top of the target with like a bow, you're going to like jump over their head and fire like 3 arrows into their skull. If you jump on a target with a spear, you're going to skewer them from the top down, and it's going to do like massive amounts of critical damage. Like, you could very easily change these abilities ever so slightly, keep them exactly the same way that they are, but allow them to have some speciality so that they actually function properly. Concentrate, which is an ability where you spend an enormous amount of mental effort to make sure that your attack and defense are inequivocal. Like, you could basically make Concentrate where each individual ability has like its own special attack. For instance, your spears could be a pierce. So instead of just hitting one target when you use a spear attack, you would hit the target behind it, maybe even 2 targets behind it, because you're piercing with a piercing weapon. You're attacking in a straight line. So Concentrate could be a straight line concentrate instead of a like swing. If you're using a mace, it could be a slam that hits the ground. If you're using a sword or an axe, it could be a slashing effect like in front of you, and so forth and so on. It's so easy. It's such low-hanging fruit to like mess with this character and change it effectively, because you have everything you need right here in the masteries. But they gave this class every single mastery, and when they gave this class every single mastery, they said, hey, this is the master of every single weapon. And then they took him and they made him the worst melee character in the game. Make him a good melee character. Like, just modify these abilities so that they have specialities in turn with the weapon that they're functioning with. I mean, they already did it with the Warlock. I can show you an example right now with the Warlock. Let's take a look at the Warlock, and I'll show you how they changed an ability depending on what weapon you're using. So right now, if you utilize the ability Mirrored Blades, and you have a melee weapon versus a bow, and you utilize this ability, it has 2 different functions depending on how you're using it. Okay, so if you go outside of town and you smack somebody with the Mirrored Blades, you're going to see that when you use a melee weapon, it's going to function as a melee skill that hits the target 5 times. And you get 5 blades. You can see the 5 blades coming out. When you switch to a bow and you use the same exact ability, it's now 5 arrows. So if they can do something like this, where you have an ability that functions with 2 different weapons, 2 completely different weapons, why can't they do the same thing for some of the Barbarian's abilities and give him a little bit of a speciality depending on which weapon he's using? I don't see any reason why it wouldn't work that way. And honestly, that would bring fresh life into the Barbarian, like, tremendously. The entire Barbarian, people would be excited. They would be playing around with all different weapon types. You got people out there who absolutely love maces, or who absolutely love daggers, or who absolutely love, swords, or absolutely loves, like bows and things like that. And they want to use them, but they can't, because most of the time, what do you use on a Barbarian? A sword with grief in it. That's it. Nothing else. Why would you ever choose anything else? Because grief is like the best one-handed weapon that you can put on the freaking Barbarian, right? So like, there's no reason for you to choose anything else. There's no incentive to go with another weapon. There's no incentive to go with an axe. There's no incentive to go with a hammer. There's no incentive to go with a polearm or a spear, right? Like, all you're doing in that situation is you're just taking the Barbarian skills and you're just adding incentives to give people a reason to choose them over a sword that they always use every single time they play the game. And if they do it right and they mess around with the abilities just enough, just the right way without going overboard, like, you will have almost like infinite possibilities. because the Barbarian has, I don't even know how many combat skills it is. Was it leap attack, whirlwind, bash, concentrate, stun, berserk, frenzy, double swing. So 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 abilities. 8 abilities times 6, 7, 8. 8 weapons. So there's roughly 64 total possible combinations of like ability and weapon type. I mean, that'd be crazy. Like I know me and Leon would have fun for days just like trying out like abilities with different weapons and seeing how the freaking like abilities like swing and how they like the AOE cone and like the whether they go in a circle or I think it'd be really fun. And Warcry, for the love of God, make that thing have a slightly larger radius. That skill is trifling. That is one of the most painful skills to use, and the radius on that thing is worse than melee. Like if there's one thing you could do to Warcry to make it like less painful, would be to increase the radius ever so slightly.
What's up, everyone?
What's up, Demazede?
Well, leveling my online guy now since we did a new run last night.
Have you been having fun with the Warlock? Would you testing out all the builds, testing out all the DJs?
Yep, I'm doing. Jesus Christ, so many souls. I'm doing a Echoing Strike one, trying to only use daggers.
Echoing Strike's pretty good. It's a cast speed, if you're wondering.
Yes.
I was actually just gonna start doing like skill videos. I think I'm gonna start playing around with some of the skill videos today. Probably start with levitation mastery. If I get to consume today, I think what we'll probably do is we'll probably actually go around and like check all the monsters and all the super uniques and see what modifiers they have.
I mean, the thing I kind of want to do today is make an immortal warlock because I think between Blood Oath, Bind Demon with a tanky demon like Hephaestus or whatever, and even some Psychic Ward, I don't think you can be killed if you invest enough into all that. I think Immortal Warlock would be fun.
Damage taken goes to your minion?
Yeah. So it's like damage taken goes to mana, but the minions are super tanky, especially the bind ones. So you get a super tanky bind minion, you pump into Blood Oath, you send a lot of damage to your minion, and he just tanks it all for you. And then you also obviously stack damage reduction yourself. And you maybe even beef up Psychic Ward too. It's full of potential. That or chilling armor with fortitude, whatever, however you want to go about it. There's just different ways. I think that we can make an immortal warlock if we tried.
Apparently, Cooley released a video where he killed like Ubers with like Wirt's leg or something using Echoing Strike.
I think Llama did Wirt's leg. Cooley did. Cooley just showed off like an ethereal insight or something, which is, of course, any weapon. The thing about Echoing Strike is it's like Blade Sentinel and Blade Fury, where it scales off skills. So skills alone give it tons of damage, and then you just add in a weapon for even better damage or utility. But plus skills alone, like you can just do plus skills and have a viable build. Like you don't even need a weapon.
A weapon with really cool perks on it.
Yeah, you can do utility-based weapon, or you can do just even more damage. It's whatever you want. But it's more like, because I just played the Blade Assassin like 2 seasons ago, and I loved it. And the main thing about it was those skills, like plus the skills, just scaled the damage to the moon.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't always that way. That was actually something they changed in the patch. Before that, you really had to have a good weapon. The change they made was crazy though, because it adds so much damage via the actual synergies.
When's the last time you guys have found a Sanders Paragon cap?
I
just found one.
The other thing about the damage that comes from like Blade Fury and Blade Sentinel, and also I'm pretty sure also the Echoing Strike, is it bypasses the reduction. So for some reason or another, they decided that that 75% weapon damage wouldn't apply to like the damage that's being gained from the synergies. And so the damage that's gained from the synergy just completely bypasses the penalty, and it just adds like massive amounts of damage. The nerf, if going to be biblical. I mean, I imagine that they will nerf the class, yeah. But I mean, I'm not entirely sure it needs to be nerfed that hard.
Every build I've tested is good. Like it doesn't matter what they change. Like it's gonna be good. The class is good. I don't think the nerf will be biblical.
Yeah,
I think
the class is
any
very
nerf
well
better.
done. It's just a very well designed class.
I equipped the Wind Force and I started playing with just the Mirror Blades range, and it's just as good as like anything else. And I didn't even like build around it yet. I didn't respect my character yet. And I agree with you, Ginger. I was looking at all the bows. I think Mist Bow will be a top tier bow.
100% Pierce, yeah.
Yeah, the Pierce is super important, especially if you're going to do the proc with the Demon Chain, it looks like, because you want to hit the monster in the back of the pack, chain all the monsters in front of him.
Well, it's a difference between hitting 5 monsters once and hitting like 100 monsters once, basically.
Yeah, Mist will be amazing. I've been trying to trade for a Mist, like that's not in a Amazon bow, but they're like multiple Jaws, and I don't have a Jaws for some reason. I didn't keep them.
I tried to make one earlier and laughed at myself because it was gemmed.
That's why I want to just trade someone that has it already made.
Most people don't make that thing in a regular bow. They're always in Amazon only basis.
There's a couple available on Tradery. There's one for like 3 jaw, but I only have 1 jaw.
I still have that one that that guy made in like a short siege bow. Oh man. He was like he was buying all his stuff off of like RMT websites or something. When he got the runes for Mist, and he just like
a normal base or
yeah, he made it. He made it in like a normal base.
That's kind of embarrassing, but I mean, it still would work for testing reasons. It would be fine. It'd just be lower damage, I guess.
I mean, the guy was embarrassing. He was constantly like pretending like he knew everything about the game, and then he would just make the dumbest mistakes in the world, and then just like not even own up to it and be like, "Oh man, yeah, I didn't really know what I was doing there." And like every time he would try and like cover his tracks and like pretend like he knew what he was doing, he would just make another mistake, and it was just really obvious that he had no clue what he was doing. Like when I told him his defensive skillers didn't affect his holy shock damage from his dreams. And then the next day he showed up with a full inventory of like +1 combat paladins with like life and strength and faster recovery. And I was like, he's like, I got combat skillers now. And I was like, oh yeah, where'd you get them? He's like, I farmed them. I'm like, you farmed them? Like, how many you get? And he's like, oh yeah, I got like 8 of them. It's like, you just farmed 8. Like, yeah, I farmed for like 8 hours. I don't think the bind demon thing is dumb at all. If you think about it, it's a demonic power. Mephisto, Diablo, Baal, they can all do it. They can all bind demons. This is a guy who's taking advantage of his demonic side, which basically every Nephilim has because they're half demon. So he basically has the ability to bind other demons just like all other demons do. So you have a human who's tapping into his demonic side and utilizes the demonic powers that the other demons are already using. And one of them happens to be binding other demons, which is something that has already occurred. I mean, Mephisto, Baal, and Diablo, and some other demons like Lilith, and the lesser demons like Belial, Asmodan, like Lilith, Duriel. They bind other lesser demons to their service as well.
The Defiler is really cool. That they binds like the souls of a pack, so they share like damage taken. So it gives you like free splash damage essentially.
Yeah, did you hear about the bug yesterday?
No.
Somebody here was talking about a bug that they discovered. Basically, with blood boil and the defiler.
Oh, blood boil. I haven't used that yet.
So blood boil sacrifices some of the life of the monster to cause a kind of like an explosion or something,
Yeah.
and the defilers can bind share damage between each other.
Yep.
So when you use blood boil, it causes the damage to get shared to the defiler, which causes a second blood boil to happen for some reason. If you have two defilers, and then you have a like goat man or something, and you use the blood boil on the goat man, it starts the feedback loop between the two defilers. And the two defilers start like blood boiling over and over and over again, like in quick succession, and they like nuke the whole screen.
That's crazy.
Apparently, it has something to do with the fact that when you use the blood boil skill, it sucks the HP, and then the HP that's sucked from the goat man shares to the defilers, and then each defiler is bound to each other, which then share the damage to each other back and forth, and it causes like some sort of like ridiculous feedback loop.
Yeah, I can understand then in that explanation. I can understand what's happening. They just have to cut it off after one proc, essentially.
But apparently it works right now. So if you get one defiler and two defilers and one goat man,
Yeah.
and you use blood boil on them, it just like. I was like, does it work with one defiler? And they're like, no. I was like, does it work with three defilers? And they're like, no. So three defilers probably starves out, is probably what happens. And two defilers is probably just the right amount so that it's not starving.
You have to essentially create a chain, and you have to refresh the chain each time, and that's the exact number to get it to refresh.
Mm-hmm. I mean, for consume, we need to like go through and like find every super unique and like bind them, and then I don't even know, like write them all down, I guess.
Yep. I mean, you could screenshot them all for a video, or just record each time and clip it all together.
How am I liking the update? It's good. I like it. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good.
Does anyone have a random ghost flame sitting in their stash that they're not using?
No. But I mean, if you're going daggers, you'd probably be better trying some of the new rune words. You can make some nice ones.
I don't have the runes to make them. I think the highest I have, I can't buy a Zod, I can tell you that much. I don't remember what the other ones are off the top of my head, besides the body and the helm. I've got a Flesh Ripper ready to go. I just want to test out Ghost Flame because a lot of the uniques and stuff for the Warlock has negative magic res. So I think there would be a really fun combo sitting in there somewhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of beautiful stuff on the Warlock. I was looking at all the 30 items related to them. The set boots are amazing. I was telling you they have cannot be frozen on them, which any class can use as a different source of cannot be frozen.
It's probably gonna have a really low drop chance because it's mirrored boots.
Yeah.
Okay. So
or whatever they are, the ones that pretty much shadow dancers, right?
The first and foremost thing that we need to test with this consume ability, we need to see whether or not the like different difficulties of these demons has any change. I think we're gonna start with I'll just grab Bishibosh and then I'm gonna leave, come back to another game like in Nightmare, and then I'll grab Bishibosh.
If you can capture them in normal,
and
like do all your captures in normal.
Well, I mean, it's just to see if there's any difference at all. So
Yeah.
is there a difference? Like if there's not a difference, then I mean, it might be better to go like hunt for your dude in a lower difficulty where you can just sit there and tank everything. Might be easier too. Who knows? I feel kind of bad for the Amazon's multi-shot because this multi-shot is so much better.
It's just better, yeah.
It's just a much better version of multi-shot. Mainly because it actually shotguns. It doesn't have a weapon penalty. Like, and on top of that, it has the ability to multi-shot things like freaking like exploding arrow and like magic arrow, which is just insane. Something I always really kind of wanted, to be honest. Always thought that would have been cool, being able to multi-shot like guided arrows or something.
I think that's going to be one of my favorite builds on the character is the bow one. But we need a mist to test properly. Are you using one that?
Yeah, I'm using a mist right now, but mist probably wouldn't be the right base for a exploding arrow build.
Well, I would do the proc build with the class chest that you're using and
The miasma?
Yeah, I would do that.
It's interesting. I haven't gotten the amulet yet. I want to try it out with the amulet. And
'Cause-
I also
'cause I
haven't
love-
tried it out with the mist bow either. I think the mist bow
I
is the
love
better
proc
choice.
builds that you can actually synergize the procs. I love I don't like just procs for proc's sake. I like procs that you are actually synergizing, building it.
Well, I mean, the proc is on, like, to speak on that for a second, like, that's just like a sheer massive number of procs where it doesn't matter what the damage is. And it does actually work. But that only works because of the sheer number that you can cause. I don't think that this character, with the exception of Cleave, which I was really kind of looking at like a Cleave build, because it really has... But between Cleave and Mirrored Blades, there's some really serious proc potential there. I don't think it's better than Strafe, but... I mean, it's very powerful melee.
I like Cleave a lot.
Not a fan of Consume with Blind Demon. The duration is crippling? What do you mean, the duration? There's a duration?
I think he's talking about binding a demon that he likes and then consuming it and then having the duration run out on the consume. Because the duration on consume is like 4 to 5 minutes without beefing it up. So that's probably what he's talking about. I mean, it is what it is. Consuming a bind, I mean, we can beef it all up and test how long you can actually get it. But, I mean, yeah, you do have to rebind the thing that you want to consume again if you're doing it that way. Or just consume one of your actual summoned minions. But yeah,
I mean, I think that, like, because it actually consumes one of your minion slots, I think it probably should be longer. Because the thing is that when you do the consume ability, you're not able to summon another minion, so it takes one of your summoning slots away.
Correct.
So if you're capable of 3, now you're only capable of 2 because you've consumed a demon. And I think because of that, it should be longer. Because you're essentially giving something up for a benefit. And, like, basically that benefit is the penalty is essentially permanent until the buff wears out. So, I mean, why not just let it be a permanent, like, debuff, essentially? You can accidentally remove it yourself by trying to summon another demon, too. So, it's kind of like Iron Golem, where you could accidentally overwrite it, which I've done, like, thousands of times. Alright, so here is Bishi Bosh in Hell difficulty. So let's give him a little peck on the cheek. This mist is very fun. Okay, so I now have Bishi Bosh. So let's look
already, or this
so let's look at
hell
consume. This is hell. So consume on Bishi Bosh. Holy Jesus. I think this guy just put your freaking your fire character to shame.
I see that gives you negative 33 fire rest to the targets on consume.
Yeah, that gives you that buff essentially. It's like an extra piece of gear. And you're getting plus 98 fire res, 10 to maximum fire res. So it's a more tanky version of sacrificing the tainted. The tainted has probably more damage than because it has the negative plus the skill damage.
Well, negative is always superior to skill damage.
It has both though, and I don't know what the max is. I haven't maxed out a tainted to like really see what you can do with it.
Well, basically how it works is if you have negative, negative is always superior to positive unless you have reached into the negatives. So for instance, if you're at 100 and you go all the way down to 0, that is always superior to plus skill damage in like every way, shape, and form. But then once you reach like the 0 and you go into like the -1 to -100, then they become equivalent, is essentially how it works. So if you're not at negative, if you're not in the negatives, if you're not at 0 or lower, then that 33 is going to be more than the 20% fire damage. I mean, it's a pretty simple math equation. Like, you can just look at it on, like, a panel. Like, I can pull up a calculator and show you. So, like, if you have a monster and you do 1,000 damage, right? And you add 20% damage to that, that's 200%, or 200. And then you apply that to a monster that has, I don't know, let's say 50% resistance. So they have negative 50%. That brings you down to 600. Whereas if you take that same 1,000 damage and you take the, what is it, negative 33, so it's 50 minus 33, which is 17. So now you have 1,000 minus 17%, and you notice that it's always a larger number. The 830 versus the 600. So, like, until you get into the actual negatives, negative resistance is just always superior. And it comes down to the fact that, like, any resistance is an obstacle to your damage output. But then once you get into the negatives, your negative resistance essentially just becomes plus skill damage at that point, because it's no longer removing the penalty, and now it's just adding more damage to your attack. So it's different than that way. I mean, if you're able to get into the negatives, then yeah, that wouldn't be necessary. But if you're not able to get into the negatives with your current setup, then that one, the Bishy-Bosh, looks like it's going to be far superior to the regular one. And he's easy to come by, too. He's not even hard. He's always in Cold Plains, and he's always in one of the little camps. So you could literally just, like, teleport around, find him real quick, bind him, and eat him. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and consume him. And then we're going to go to normal difficulty. So what I want to know is I want to know if the quality of the buff changes depending on the difficulty. So let's go to normal difficulty, Bishy-Bosh.
These creatures of darkness shall yield to me.
Actually, I might not even be able to, like, get normal Bishy-Bosh. I'm going to think of it. I might just end up, like, one-shotting him.
Yeah.
I guess I could just try and bind him without doing any damage to him and see what happens.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing?
What's up, Chris? How's it going?
Chilling, bro. Chilling. Sounding like you're getting a little better on your cold, bro.
I don't feel better.
Hey Ginger, are you how many monsters can you bind?
One.
Just one only?
You can only bind one, but your demon limit determines the whole equation. But yes, you can only bind one.
Okay. I was about to say I didn't know if that was multiple demon you know what's the one everybody's getting, Lister? I didn't know if you could have multiple ones.
Like 3 listers?
That would be correct.
I'm pretty sure it's only one.
Oh yeah. Has to be.
Trying to find a way to do damage to this guy in the lowest possible number, but This isn't working. What if I just grab, like...
Ginger could test it right now. What's your demon limit right now, Ginger?
Well, I don't have it, maxed out. Oh, I know. I know what I can do.
Impossible.
I know what I can do. It'll work too. I just need to find one.
Potion throw?
Yeah, because the potion throw, I don't think it's added damage from any kind of outside sources.
Which build do you like the best so far for the Warlock?
I don't know. I'm always partial to like proccing builds and stuff, so I'm leaning toward mirrored blades. Perhaps cleave or cleave or mirror blades is kind of where I'm leaning. Either the ranged version of mirrored blades or the melee version. I'm not sure. I kind of like both. It's not impossible to do both either because mirrored blades has such a small synergy requirement. So perfect, 5 to 15 damage. That's we finally found a use for throwing potions, guys. Wait a minute, he's immune to fire, isn't he? No, he's immune to fire.
You can use
Somehow it's still doing damage to him though. Like,
What, do you have to be a certain percentage, or is it just any damage? Because the wording's injured.
okay,
So
so
it works like beast taming. The more you damage it, the easier they are to catch.
So I
basically.
did the normal one, and here's the normal one versus the hell one, or the hell one. It doesn't seem to be that much
Couple
difference.
percent,
There's
like 1%.
there's
and then
1% missing on the negative res, and that's
3 on
it.
the 3 on the actual fire res. I mean, that's like it's like whatever.
Looks like I'm missing a little bit of max life and a 1% run walk speed. So I mean, it doesn't seem like it would be that horrible to just go grab a Bishabosh in normal difficulty, or even nightmare difficulty for that matter.
Well, that's the plus the skill. Then did you change your plus the skills? Like, did you unequip something? Because the max life and the run walk speed have to do with the level of consume.
Wait, so he buffed your resistance?
So interesting. So yeah, that's the difference between the two consume levels. That's what that is. Okay.
Yeah.
So then the answer is no. There's not any difference between them in nightmare or normal or hell difficulty or anything. So that's the two. Let me delete the other one since that's the incorrect one. All right. So now that we have that. It also gives 95% fire res. That's kind of crazy. I don't even know if I saw that last time.
Yeah, it's like a better flickering flame, like better than the aura like you get. It's amazing.
Seems like that would
Completely
be...
counters the sunder penalty.
Yeah, completely counters the sunder penalty also. All right, well,
Fire immune.
I don't want to do this in nightmare difficulty because it's too hard, or a normal difficulty because it's too hard to not kill the monster. Let's go get Rakanishu next. Rakanishu would be the next super unique on the list. That is a demon. It does have to be a demon, right? People have tested it with like non-demons.
Has to be a demon. Oh, I just realized something. Mascara won't proc with echoing blades because it's on striking.
Yeah, Echoing Strike is not very good at proc.
That's a bummer.
Echoing Strike does
it's
not
already
proc
strong
on
enough.
attack, it does not proc on striking, and it does not crushing blow. But it's already like ridiculously strong
Yeah.
anyway. Like I don't even. It's not
It
even.
doesn't crushing blow.
Nope, nothing crushing blow.
Well, that totally changed. Oh, does Deadly Strike still work?
What does
Yeah,
it do?
crit
Crushing
works.
blow?
Echoing Strike.
Oh yeah, it don't do crushing, open wounds, none of that.
All right,
But
so
Deadly Strike's still good for it.
Yeah,
Deadly
crit
Strike's pretty good
works.
strike.
bonus from
Interesting.
Rockanishu, 10% maximum lightning res 98%. No negative on that one. Interesting, but massive amounts of lightning resistance. All right, we're gonna test everything. I mean, why not? I want to just like pull up a super unique list, and we'll go act by act.
There you go, area level, or zone level, or whatever, area by area. That's crazy. What's the guy in the Den of Evil? What's he called? Corpse Swarm or something?
Okay, so I'm looking at a list here. We got Corpse Fire, which is not a demon, he's undead. Bishy Bosch, we got him. Cold Crow is a demon. Cold Crow is inside of Cold Plains Cave Level 1. Make sure I don't accidentally do something stupid. Go ahead and eat Rockanishu before he accidentally kills the monster I'm trying to come here for. Another question that I probably should have answered as well while I was out there was, are the super uniques really that much different consumption-wise than just a regular monster of the same type? Could be something to find out. I think I did actually grab a like a regular schmegular like shaman, and I'm pretty sure it was just fire res and nothing else, so probably not. Oh well, Cold Crow is on the menu, boys. Look at that beautiful Cold Crow.
Should put the names next to the screenshot. Oh, actually, is it in there?
It's in the screenshot.
Oh yeah, I see it. Bonus from Cola. Enemy magic? Wow,
Negative 33% enemy magic res.
that's amazing.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. We're gonna have to sit here and like go through everything and like try and find all of them. Speaking of, let's go ahead and consume her real quick. She's a regular demon ranger, so let's summon a regular demon ranger real quick and blind it. All right, so we have the regular demon ranger, which somehow turned into a elite. That's 83% lightning res. I wonder just a regular minion, or did she turn into a fancy minion when I... Okay, well that's actually kind of ridiculous.
Still turned her into an elite.
Bound demons gain aura enchanted. Bound demons gain spectral hit. Bound demons gain extra fast. Bound demons gain extra strong. Where does that come from? Does it always do that? So anytime you bind a demon, no matter what it is, it just becomes an aura enchanted spectral hit, extra fast, extra strong demon?
I believe so.
That's nutty.
Oh, it's a little broken.
Kind of complicates my screenshots though, because I was just gonna like screenshot this and do like, but I guess I need to like tie together what type of monster that is, which it's just a regular schmegular bow girl. But of course it has a name, Seethe Fester the Dead, because it turns into an elite when you bind it, apparently. So that's just a Dark Ranger. That was that sound effect.
Makes that skill way busted.
Alright, so let's get out of here. Let's look at the list. So what do we got next? We've got Bloodraven. Bloodraven is a demon. I don't know if Bloodraven can be bound, but I've seen some of the other semi-bosses bound, so I mean we can always give it a try. Bonebreaker is an undead. The Treehead Woodfist is a beast. Griswold is an undead. The Countess is a demon. I really doubt she works. The Smith is a demon. I know he works. Pitspawn Foul Dog is also a demon. I know he works. Seen people walking around with the Smith and Pitspawn Foul Dog. Bonash is an undead. Andariel is a boss. I doubt you can do bosses. And the Cow King is not an undead or a demon. Alright. So that will be Act 1. So once we check Bloodraven, we can go check the Countess, which I highly doubt the Countess is bindable. Well, I doubt the Countess works because she's a boss and she doesn't leave a body, and bosses usually have special rules. Countess, it technically counts as an act boss. If you've never noticed, when act bosses die, act bosses leave no corpse. It's one of the like trademark things about act bosses is that they literally self-destruct and their corpse goes away. Bloodraven doesn't leave a corpse. Neither does Countess. Neither does Radamant, for instance. The Smith, he leaves a corpse, right? I mean, we're gonna check it one way or another, right? That's the whole point. Is Disco nerfed? No. And are Rune Seeds still the thing in single player? Yes.
I just found a 3-2 Abyss tome. That's magic. No.
Ooh, a unique ring, boys. What's in the box?
Nagel.
Think so?
Probably.
It is. I hate you. Why'd you do that to me, man?
Spoken into being. Dude, I hate the way Bloodraven just like kites you. She legit will just like run around in circles, kiting you and blocking your attacks.
He's a jerk.
I am not seeing Bloodraven bind. I mean, I've tried multiple times now. She's very low on HP. I mean, I know the bind percentage is kind of low. It's like 27%, but she is just not binding.
Not enough mana. Not enough mana. I need mana.
How does this skill even work anyway? Are you supposed to hold it down and burn all your mana in like a half a second, or are you supposed to just tap it once and see if it like binds them, or like are you supposed to hold it down and just let it suck all your mana away? Like I don't understand how this ability works. Why not try it on normal? I mean, I'm trying it on nightmare. Normal difficulty would be too low. I'd one-shot her. Hey, what's up, Wolverine Snake? Thanks for the freaking membership, man. Welcome to the club. We're weirdos here, by the way. Sorry to let you know.
Not enough mana. I need mana. Not enough mana.
Never
You saw
had
the new
issues.
unique helm?
I don't know. Do you put a post a link of it? Or?
No, but I can.
Yeah,
get you a
sure.
look at it. It's beautiful.
You gotta did you find it or?
No, Llama put a video of all the new items on his channel. I guess he had, because he had the testing access, so he had them all, like, to show off.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little while before I get access to all of them, unfortunately. Alright, I'm just gonna conclusively say Blood Raven can't be bound, because she's not binding. I mean, she's not binding, like, at all. She's just not binding. So, we're gonna move on to the next one. I'm gonna assume that Countess doesn't work. If Blood Raven doesn't work, Countess definitely doesn't work. You have to injure the monsters first, Iron Jedi. If you don't injure the monster, you definitely are not going to be able to continue to bind them. From what I've seen, if you don't injure them, like they just don't bind ever. Like it's not even a chance. They just don't bind. +1, 20% increased attack speed, faster cast, magic res, fire res. It's interesting. 60 mana after each kill is kind of crazy too. Set up for like a battle caster.
Yeah. Which is kind of what you need when you go Eldritch. You need a little bit of everything.
Alright, let's go get the Smith and see what the Smith can do. And the Smith literally, like, instantaneously became my minion. Just instant. Dude, this whole, like, every single monster you summon has a freaking aura attached to it is kind of nutty. Like, it literally just gives the monster an aura, like, no matter what.
Exactly. I mean, I don't see why you would make a build without those skills, even as 1-point wonders. Because why wouldn't, like, a melee build, why wouldn't you try to get fanaticism or something? Like, why wouldn't you try to do this? And, like I said, they take damage for you.
That consume is just redonkulous. That's absolutely like
Smith? Yeah.
That is absolutely
Wow.
ridiculous.
Wow.
Assume this.
That's crazy.
Not only does it give you
Physical damage reduction.
physical damage reduction, but it's also
Off-weapon.
giving you 180% off weapon enhancement and level 15 Holy Fire Aura. That means as a paladin, you could come up here with a freaking like a dragon setup, and you could get like a fourth Holy Fire Aura added onto your dragon setup, or you could just use it on like a fire sorceress and just be like OP with like, your little fire pulses all over the place.
Question, is that only to your stuff, or is that to everything your stuff affects, like your party? I'm not talking minions, I'm talking like actual party members.
No, it's not going to be to your party members. It's a buff for you.
Okay.
You eat the monster and gain his powers.
I think the way it's coded is it's like pretending you're wearing a piece of gear that gives us stats or a charm or something. Like it's you're gaining those as like a slot.
And I don't think there were anything with O skills for that, was there?
The only O skill I've seen so far was Abyss.
It actually does give me Holy Fire Aura. That's crazy. So I just have level 15 Holy Fire Aura now.
That's awesome.
And
How
20%
long
physical
does-
damage reduction. If depending on the
How long
level of your
does that buff go
skill,
for?
mine's currently 540 seconds because it's maxed out.
That's cool. Do that with a fire apocalypse build. Always have an extra damage ping.
The cool thing is with the new way that you can like make a whole act terrorize, you can really plan your game around these buffs. Like I'm gonna go capture this guy and I'm gonna play for whatever 10 minutes with him in this
Right.
game or something.
Let's go down and find Pit Spawn Foul Dog. He is a notoriously nasty monster in jail level 2.
Yeah, I also think that's why they are temporary. Because like those buffs without having to go get them again.
I mean, they're long enough that you could just make that your first priority upon entering the game.
Yeah.
Alright. Operation Find Pit Spawn, who is always in his little cubby hole. For those of you who may be hunting him, I don't know what his buff is yet, so, like, maybe you won't be hunting him. But, if you do end up hunting him, he's always in a little cubby hole. There's, like, this special little room, and he's always in, like, one of the side little cubby holes in this special little room. He doesn't really, like, have a designated space on the map, because the map is randomized. But he has a tile, and he's in that tile, and, like, he's always on, like, one side of that tile, and so as soon as you see that special tile that is literally the Pit Spawn Foul Dog tile, you know you're in the right place. I'm looking for the tile right now. The movement speed and the max life from this consume is really nice too. It's like 30% max life and like 40 some odd % movement speed. Days like today is why I'm your favorite YouTuber. I mean, I love exploring and I love learning. I mean, that's what I do.
Okay, well I just dropped a 4-socket shadow bow. I guess I can make a fate. It's not quite as good as mist.
Pretty good. That's a jewel, 26 fire res, 10 MF. Okay.
Okay, well that's an odd combination of mods. So pit spawn foul dog is negative 33.6% enemy. Pit spawn foul dog. He's even better than Beshi Blanche at negative 36% enemy fire resistance. He has plus 10% maximum lightning res, which is actually kind of nice for doing Ubers. And he has lightning res of 98%. 98% lightning res. Sounds like that would be like the perfect one to go and grab as a fire character doing Ubers. So you could just completely bypass the conviction aura. That's pretty nutty. What's up, Grumpy Old Man? Just found me today? Well, welcome, welcome. I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers, so every new viewer is welcome. I'm closing in, too. I think I'm at, like, 82 or 83K or something. I'm getting there. I haven't been paying attention, but it's growing steadily. Okay, so Flamespike the Crawler got removed, although I think he didn't count as a demon anyway. Bone Ash, Andariel, and Cow King. So none of these really count. Unless I want to go try the Countess, which I don't think the Countess is possible. I mean, I'd like to get that out of the way and just check it. So let's just go down there and I'll punch her in the face a couple times and see if I can get a bind on her, but I doubt it's going to work.
You're on your non-ladder, like online, right? You're not offline right now.
No, I'm offline.
Oh, you are. So can you test consume verse pumping into the summon? So I think the way it works, and I just want to.
Yeah, I already did. I already did that. I already did it.
So pumping into the summon.
So pumping into the summon does nothing.
It doesn't pump up the like
nothing. It does
fire
nothing.
damage, the crushing blow.
Does nothing.
So pumping into death mark does.
The only thing that increases the summons, as far as I'm aware, like the buff that you get from them, is number one, the consume skill itself, which I noticed that when the consume skill hit level 11, it was high enough to give me the maximum benefit from the monster in hell difficulty. However, recently we just discovered that if I like got a monster at normal difficulty, apparently I needed a higher level consume skill. So my assumption is that the level of the monster matters, and the level of the consume skill matters. But if you consume a high level monster, you only need like level 11, from what I was able to tell, to get the maximum benefit. Because at level 11 it capped out on all of them. Now I don't know about these special like super unique monsters. Maybe there's something special about these guys. But right now I'm at 26. Seems to be like a capping moment. I don't know. I might need to get more plus the skills just to really beef it up and like check it. Because the ones like the Defiler, so the Goatman, the Defiler, and the Tainted, they cap out. Like they don't go any higher. I don't know what it is about those, but they don't have any like higher benefit past a certain point. So 11 was the capping point for them. But these bind demons, it seems like they go higher than level 11, and so the consume skill gives them higher bonuses. Now the for the Goatman, the only thing that made a difference in the Goatman besides consume was death mark, which only increased the crushing blow chance.
So what increases the percent damage? The Goatman level, the death mark level,
The consume level.
All right. So you want to, so you maxing out consume is number one, and now if you care about crushing blow, you go death mark. Now does the
Well,
synergy
if you're
otherwise
so if you're
swing
doing the Goatman, the Tainted, or the other character, then maxing out consume doesn't. You don't need to do that. You can just 1.1 it. Like I said, level 11 was the highest benefit for any of those guys from what I tested.
It stops scaling after that.
It stops scaling after 11. Like, it doesn't go any higher. But these bind demons, like the ones that I'm doing now with the super uniques, they seem to be scaling past level 11. I'm going to have to get some more plus to skill gear, and I'm going to have to test to see how far they scale. That's going to be something that I guess we're going to have to do. We might have to do that now, actually. After I test the Countess, which I'm pretty sure is not going to work, I think we're going to go and grab some more plus to skill equipment so I can test this. What am I wearing right now? A Coven? Could probably change that. I mean, the good news is that soft points work on consume, so you don't really need like a huge number of plus, like hard points. So you don't have to be hard point level 11. You can be soft point level 11. These super uniques, though. I mean, I can't make a video on the skill if I don't know how the frick it works. So we're gonna have to do a little bit more testing. It seems like I thought I had already done enough testing with it, but it seems like these super uniques have their own special rules. All right, so let's just go ahead and eat pit spawn. I also think it has to do with the level of the monster as well. I think it's because I'm in nightmare difficulty that I require a higher level consume to get the best out of them. And that's something that we can test too. Okay, I'm going to assume that the Countess is not bindable, because she's doing the same thing Blood Raven did, so she's just not binding. I mean, I'll go get another belt of potions just to double check though, and I'll freaking spam all the potions trying to bind her. So my assumption is proving pretty much correct. Anything that counts as a act boss, like the Countess or the Blood Raven, which are these like pseudo bosses, these mini bosses, they always die, and when they die, they always like explode and their body disappears, and they have like these crazy animations, and you can't like can't hork them or anything. Like, they don't actually have a body left when they're finished. It seems like none of those are gonna work. I mean, I can check every single one of them just to be sure, but I think the first thing I need to do is I need to go back to hell difficulty. We need to go back and grab, hold on, need to respec. So we're going to respec real quick. Need to save some points. Dying.
Come on, Hydra bow. Come to daddy.
Okay, that should be good enough. Alright, so what we're doing is I just want to check and see like how many points it takes to cap out a hell difficulty monster versus how many points it takes to cap out a nightmare difficulty monster, and what that cap is. So let's go back and grab Bishy Bosh again.
These creatures of darkness shall yield to me.
And multi-shot is so satisfying with the Mist Bow. Yeah, granted,
Yeah.
there's another way you could do it, which is where you could use Razor Tail and Wisdom. But
Yeah.
I feel like giving up those 2 slots for 66% isn't as good as just using the Mistbow that has 100.
And it's not just that. Misbow has like +3 to skills, which is important. I think it has a lot of extra important stuff on it.
Oh, it also has concentration.
Concentration,
which is
or
really nice.
it has attack speed. It has a high enhanced damage. It has 40 all res. Like, I think Mist overall, just everything together, not just the Paris, but the Paris is super important as well, and frees up slots. I think Mist is the play.
Okay. All right, so we have a Bishibosh. Let me get back to town before he dies.
I just want to play the build today.
All right, so we have Bishibosh, and I'm going to go ahead and switch to Consume. What was it? Demon and Gorge. Consume. There it is. All right, so right now we're at level 7, and it's negative 14%. This is hell difficulty. So let's go ahead and start stacking some points into it. So 14, it's like 1%, 2%. Okay, so it's just going up by 1% each point. Interesting. So it's at negative 33%. If we add another plus the skill, does it go up further? Negative 34%. If we add another plus the skill, does it go up further? How many more plus the skills can we slap on?
Ginger, all of them.
No, it's at 36%. Well, dang. I need more plus the skills. Switch to Hamara's. Oh yeah, we got Tyrael's Might in here with +7.
And you can just pretend that you have a bunch of Grand Charms and you have a torch and everything.
Okay,
Just adding that amount of skills, right?
so I'm looking at this and I'm seeing 42% is the cap, is what it looks like to me. So negative 42% enemy fire res seems to be the cap. Now we need to find what that cap level is. So we're currently at 35 or 36. Taking off a Soge, that's 35. Taking off another Soge, still not going down. Taking off Mara's, and it finally went down. Okay, so we need to remove just 1 point then. So let's put on Coven instead of Harlequin Crest, and it's at 41. 42. 42. Okay, so I think we found the magic level. The magic level is 35 when it stops scaling. So it completely stops scaling at level 35. Alright, so let's start writing down these level 35 numbers. So it's 42%, 10%, and 125. Now this scales down to the lowest value, and it seems like it scales at 1% per point. That's what it seems to be. So when you drop a ring or something off your character, like, or if I take off the Maras, I go down 2% to 40. If I take off, like the Harlequin Crest Shaka, which is 2%, I go down to 38. So it seems to be 1% per skill level up to a maximum of level 35. And we need to go retest some of the other abilities now. So I'm going to have to go re-get what's her face in Cold Plains so we can find out.
The highest numbers of each.
Yeah, we definitely want the highest number.
If I just get a 6-socket Hydra bow, I'm gonna make a silence, I guess. Since mist is too hard to get off down ladder.
I wouldn't know. Well, I mean, I guess you have to go with Hydra for silence.
6 sockets. 6
Yeah.
sockets, yeah.
Yeah. Is there a better bow than silence?
Faith is
Kinda
4
think.
socket. I can make a Faith, but that's a jaw. I don't know if I want to use a jaw. Silence is cheap. And it has all res, like 75 all res, which is nice. I was just going for something cheap. Since I'm not going to get the bow that I want, then why should I craft something expensive? I don't know.
I mean, if you just want to play around with something, I probably have a bow that you can play around with. I've got Brand. You want to try Brand?
Take a look at Brand. Oh, Brand's cool.
I don't know why I'm killing anything.
Well, Brand's special, right? Because it fires explosive arrows and bolts. That's another layer to the build. That is a special layer.
The Bone Spears are really cool because they do magic damage.
So there's a couple layers to Brand that's unique. I mean, isn't that what you were using though on your character? Unless you're respecking it now.
I mean, I want. It's not the
Yeah,
bow.
like
It's not the
melee
bow I
today.
actually want. I was using Buriza because Buriza is the closest thing to miss. Buriza do Canyon. Buriza is the only other bow in the game that has 100% pierce. Well, it's a crossbow technically.
I mean, the main thing I wanted though on the bow is plus the skills because I want to maintain a skill level so I can have multiple demons and
Oh, yeah,
because my
plus
plan
three.
is to meet certain
Plus 3
requirements.
skills is certainly very nice.
And silence at least has plus 2, so
Okay, so what was my previous numbers on Cold Crow? Because it looks like she definitely got an upgrade.
Like 33% something.
No, she's 42.
Oh wow, it went up.
Have I tried Demon Machine? Yeah, it multiplies the exploding arrows. It's pretty cool. I mean, there's definitely a build there. A fire build, I think. You could probably do like a whole fire build around just stacking fire damage and stacking negative fire res. And then like the fire skill damage and whatnot. And
fire charms.
it wouldn't be as much single target like arrow damage as like an exploding arrow or like a holy fire strider paladin or anything. But the interesting thing about it is you're firing 5 arrows, so whatever damage you can manage to get like per arrow, that's going to be times 5. So like you can literally have like 5 explosions in the same exact spot, which is probably going to be viable.
If you didn't have so many videos to make, you could theory craft it right now. You easily create an inventory full of fire charms and go nuts, but he's got too many videos to make.
I've got 1,000 million videos to make. I think this one is my priority right now, so
Well, this is a good video.
We're
that
going
you're
to
doing
focus
right now.
on this one.
I think it's a very good video for the style of content you like to make and the knowledge people need going into the ladder. Like, it's a very good video what you're doing right now. Probably top importance.
Yep.
I was going to ask you if you had an extra Hydra bow on your one character that you did the poison Hydra bow on with the poison facets, because I think you had a couple Hydra bows, but I was like, I don't even want to interrupt you what you're doing.
Undead make for such poor servants.
If you leave game and make a new one, do you lose the bind and summon? No, you keep it. It's like an iron golem. It only leaves if you die, or if you desummon it, or if you consume it. Yeah, I'll take the dagger for a video, sure. My goal today is just to make a whole bunch of videos. I've done a lot of like messing around with the thing. I mean, I'd like to do the Ubers, but it can come in time. A prolock.
What act
That would be a
keys
proc
are you
lock,
missing?
sir.
I guess I have to look at your inventory from a different stream. Find out which acts you're missing.
Which one I'm missing?
Yeah, which act bosses you're missing for summoning the Ubers. Because you have 3 of them, I know, of the 5.
Second and last, I think.
So you need Bell and you need Durils. Okay.
Well, they gave us a reason to actually kill Duriel finally.
Yeah, so each like act, corruption, terrorize act, whatever you want to call it, you get the boss, and the boss has a chance of dropping the statues for that act that spawn the Uber Ancients. I believe that's how it all works.
Alright, so we gotta update Rakanishu's. Rakanishu is... did we ever write down Rakanishu? We did not. Okay, so plus 10%. I mean, he's easy to get, so that makes him kind of like an interesting choice for max lightning res, but he doesn't have anything else. I don't know if he would be a good target.
I mean, that's good to go into the Ubers with from Mephisto. All that lightning res, max res.
Well, yeah, but if you take a look at Pitspawn Valdog has the enemy negative enemy fire res, max lightning res, and net lightning res. And I'm pretty sure his might actually top out over top of this guy's. I need to go find him again and like check him. But from what I'm seeing here, 42 seems to be the cap and 125 seems to be the cap for res. My assumption is I could probably just change this to 42 right now, and I could probably change this to 125. I mean, we'll go check him just to be, you know, thorough, but it looks like 125 is the cap on the resistances, and it looks like 42 is the cap on the negative res that they provide.
Which is amazing in itself.
It's kind of OP. It's too much in my opinion, but I mean, it'll definitely be interesting for people to consider as their consumption choice.
I think that's just the price you pay, right? Because you can only have it for a certain amount of time per game you create.
Also, you know, I didn't realize that you could basically just get an aura from like any monster that you walk up to, Leon. Like,
yeah, I didn't understand that. I haven't played with that.
Like
Stuff. I was gonna play with it today.
it sounds to me like you could just simply use Bind Demon on any character to get like free fanaticism aura. You might as well just count like your fanaticism aura as like just a standard as a part of your character. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even though you can't guarantee which aura they get, you can easily just run around. You can just like get any demon, like go to an area that has demon types that you like, bind a demon, see what aura he gets. Did he get fanaticism? No. Consume him. Go bind another one. And
So
just,
here's the question.
and just repeat that until you get fanaticism, or repeat that until you get conviction aura.
Can you just also capture a demon that has fanaticism and it keeps it?
Yes. That also.
So it doesn't override it. So if it doesn't have it, it gives it a random one, you're saying? And if it does have it, it keeps it?
According to the way that this ability is written, it literally says bound demons gain, and then it tells you what the bind demons gain. And it seems to be based on level. So like when I leveled it up, the bind demon ability was giving them like more effects. Oh my god, will you get out of my face, you stupid little wraith. So the higher you make the ability, it seems like the more abilities they get. And at level 20, they gain access to bound demons gain aura enchanted. So I mean, that essentially means that you would have like whatever aura you want that you can get from a regular monster. And that is of course conviction aura, that's holy freeze, that's fanaticism, might, and blessed aim. Those are the primary auras that most monsters get before they updated the heralds to have some of the additional ones, which means that you can guarantee that your character has conviction on any time you want to by just simply cycling through a couple demons to see what auras they have. And you could also use Hephaestus, which Hephaestus is also a pretty good option because he has a guaranteed aura enchantment every single time. So you could potentially just use a low-level bind demon and go to Hephaestus and get his aura every single time. But that's a little bit more complicated. This version seems like the way I'm stating it right now is you could just walk outside of town, like any demon, pick it, bind it, and it now has an aura. Does it have the aura you want? No. Consume it. Do it again.
Can you confirm what Dine just said? He says the aura changes, the random one, per game. So like if you create a new game, it changes it.
So you probably just leave and join over and over again until it's the one you want.
So you have the aura you want. That's what it seems like. You just messaged me with a direct message. But that'd be interesting to know. Like, so capture a demon, get the random aura, then create a new game and see if you get it.
Excellent.
I don't know how it
just
works
kill
offline.
pit spawn.
Too much damage.
Oh, I got constant. What was that? Holy Fire? He's got Holy Fire aura right now. So he had Holy Fire aura when I was in the game, and he still has Holy Fire aura when I rejoined.
Now offline may be different, right? Because
so
don't you
let's
keep like the same seed codes or something?
Maybe. I mean, I could go to like Nightmare difficulty or something and then go back. I don't know. Maybe it's different in normal than single player, or maybe it's because I'm. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go back down. Dang it. I don't know. A summon build could be really fun. You're wondering how this game character will be solo late game. You're gonna have no problem whatsoever in Players 1. Got my word on that. If you have trouble in Players 1, then that's an IDT-NT error. Error code ID10T. A problem caused by defective input device located in a chair. Which is you. Burn. Some truck out there. Some truck out there just blaring the horn. I don't know what that's about. Alright, so pit spawn, foul dog, 45% enemy fire resistance. Interesting.
The lightning.
You could make like a hand of justice weapon and combine it with that one, and have dual holy fires. That's interesting.
So does that cover everything? So Bishy Boss only goes to 42%, but Pit Spawn goes to 45.
Also, I have a question, Ginger. You think people will craft obsessions to use on the until they get Ming songs, like obsession as a stepping stone?
The Web Devil just posted a thing about him. I mean, I was thinking about it too, but I don't really see how Obsession is better than the negative res for Mang Songs.
No, I don't think it's better, but maybe Ming songs will be way more expensive than just like the Zod and obsession. You know,
I mean,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like as a stepping stone, you just craft
There-
one of those.
There's a couple problems with it. First one is that the plus skills rolls. So there's a very good chance you end up with like a +2 man obsession, and then you you get nothing basically. It's worse than if you get a +2 I'm sorry, no, that's Ondals that rolls.
Yeah,
Obsession
obsession is
is 4.
It's 465 cast rate, 60 hit recovery. It's got a lot of good stuff. 60, 70 all res. Seems like a very good, like, meaty, like, if you get a Zod or trade for a Zod.
How's the game? It's good.
Definitely seems better than Heart of the Oak. In every which way.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go to Nightmare. Let's take a look at the list anyway. So we've got Act 2 is Radamant, Creeping Feature. Those are both undead. Beetleburst is not a demon. Coldworm the Burrow is a bug. Dark Elder's undead. Fangskin's a beast. Fire Eye is a demon, I think. Blood Witch the Wild, I think that's a demon. That Act 2 list is skimpy.
A lot of undead and beasts.
Make an online game so you can give me the dagger. Okay. I'm trying to like do something here, Joy, but yeah, sure. Spicy helps my throat. Ribcracker is an interesting option too, Leon, because it has defense. Ribcracker is one of the few like really high damage, like two-handers, that actually has a huge amount of bonus defense on it.
Sword guard too. Think about sword guard.
That's
It also gives you block chance.
oh yeah, sword guard has all the shield stuff. I'm gonna make a proc character and call it Procalock. All right.
Seems not.
Got one more unique added to the list of uniques to make videos on. If you want to come get that the brand bow, I can give it to you for the time being.
All right. What game? One?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I want to play a different build today. I'm already a couple hours in playing the same build. I need to test. Test. We did not wind up in a party. That was interesting.
Take care of it.
There's a lot of interesting things on this.
I'm right here. You can try this one out while you're at it.
Let me put that there so I can take a trade. There we go.
I'm gonna be offline testing for the most part right now anyway. I think what they did with the super uniques and the bind demon is really neat. I think it was a good idea. Now I'm pretty sure this consume thing is going to be like way bigger than the unique items. That's why I'm putting priority on it. People want to know this information and they don't want to have to go do all the work. I'm doing the work for them. Alright, so the next one on the list is Blood Witch the Wild, which I actually forgot where she is. I think she's in one of the Doll Halls of the Dead. Blood Witch of the Wild is a huntress. Huntresses are not demons, are they? No.
Oh, no, they're not. They're just beasts.
Okay. So that leaves Fire Eye. I think Fire Eye might be the only one in Act 2. Ancient God of the Soulless, the Summoner, those are all non-demons. So it's literally Arcane Sanctuary. Are cows demons? No, cows are not demons. Cows go moo. Moo. Totally not a demon. Moo. Yeah, as much as I like the melee on the wizard, the mirrored blades ranged is just really fun.
Yeah, it is. I'm glad it's there as an option.
I think maybe it's a couple different setups I was looking at. I mean, I even tried just the Witch Wild String, and I was actually very impressed with the damage on Witch Wild String with the mirrored blades. I wasn't even using a good Witch Wild String. I was using like a 160 and it goes up, I think, to like 200. My Warlock brings all the demons to the yard. My Warlock is better than yours. I'd have to teach you. Dang it. My warlock brings all the demons to the yard. My warlock is better than yours. I'd teach you, but I'd have to charge, cause my warlock is the barge. And I got another one in the bank, my friend. Gonna put him down there in the end, cause I'm gonna eat him all up. Yum, yum, yum. He's in the cup. Fire Eye is not a demon. That's interesting. I was completely unaware that Fire Eye is not a demon.
Citadels aren't demons, huh?
I think some of them are, but I don't think he is. Well, that means that there's not a single demonic super unique in Act 2. So Act 2 is just completely off limits then. So I guess we're moving on to Act 3. Alright, so let's take a look at Act 3's super unique list. We've got Cesark the Burning, which is a spider. Witch Doctor and Dugu, I believe, does count as a demon. Stormtree is not a demon. Battlemaid Serena is a demon. Icehawk Whiffering, I don't think he's a demon. I'm pretty sure he's a beast. Some of the beasts can be demons. He's an animal, okay. Ishmael Vilehand, he's a demon. Galeb Famefinger is a demon. Torque Icefist is a demon. Wyan Voidbringer is a demon. Mayfor Dragonhand's a demon. Brem Sparkfist is a demon. Alright, so Witch Doctor and Dugu is the first one, and he's going to be a pain in the butt to get to. He's at the bottom of freaking Flare Jungle level 3. Good luck. You know what, let me get my Enigma for this stuff so I can teleport around. Convenience. Take a picture. I don't use Enigma very often.
Possible.
I guess I could just go do trap real quick.
For the attack speed.
Yeah, stash tabs are nice.
World Throne's terrorized right now, so that might be a good chance to get the statue you need.
I mean, if you guys can get the statues, we can do an Uber run. We can record it and everything and just post it on the web. I'm sure everybody wants to see the new Ubers. We can go in and struggle huggle it with our, like, bad characters.
I think this is just a teleport to the throne and get as many Bale kills as possible.
I'm pretty sure that Cesark the Burning is not a demon. Yeah, I just double checked him since I was here. And I was 99% sure he wasn't a demon. You might say to yourself, well, Ginger, he's a spider. He's obviously not a demon. But, like, there's monsters in this game that have classifications, like, outside of their normal. We talked about it just the other day, actually, like, with the vultures. Like, the vultures are undead, the vultures are animals, and the vultures are also demons. They're actually all three. So when it comes to specific types, especially if you have a type that's, like, interchangeable, you never know. Yes, Codiferous the Biferous. Can you spot the Cody Snoot coming in the side ute? Can you spot the Cody Snoot today? Can you spot the Cody Snoot? There is a Cody Snoot. It's a sitting right on my shoulders. Could have said, don't talk about my snoot. Wonder if that guy counts as a demon. The gifted monster. I didn't even think about him until just now. I was walking by. He's not on the super unique list.
Yeah, it spawns a random elite or champion, but they are the flayers or soul killers, so they are demons.
Yeah, so it's just a regular flayer, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, while I'm here, I got a flare. What is it? Just cold res from the flare. Most of the regular monsters just seem to give resistances. I'm not even sure if it's worth, like, writing them down. Mm-hmm. 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 This is, I don't even know why I'm going to this guy, because, like, I feel like he's so far down that I don't think anybody's ever even going to go to him. You'd have to have Enigma and, like, teleport to get this guy, and even then, like, it's still a pain in the butt, because you still have to find this place in Flare Jungle before you would even be able to, like, get him. So it's not even just a matter of, like, being able to teleport down here. It's also a matter of, like, just the sheer pain in the butt to even just find this place.
And Ginger, are you able to re-roll those rare books? I just got one.
Rare books.
Mhm.
I mean, 6P skulls, right? Isn't that the
6 goals? Okay.
isn't that the normal recipe for re-rolling the books? Where is he? He's not here. What the hell? That's not him. Came all the way down here for Witch Doctor and Dugu, and he's not here.
Should be. Sometimes he's in a different room.
I'm just gonna reboot. Dang it, I accidentally went to hell. Do Warlocks have skiller charms yet? I mean, yeah, they should. I can't really add them to the pack like I want to, but
I've seen them on Max Roll, but that's Max Roll.
I mean, I've dropped 2 of them, so I know they're in the game.
yeah,
Wow.
we've seen them.
I
We've seen them
haven't
all.
dropped crap. That's good, man.
None of it matters because we're not on ladder right now, so. I mean, everything we're doing right now is literally just like playing around, trying to learn how the character works, and figure out which directions we want to go, what kind of cool builds we want to make. I mean, as it is right now, I'm leaning towards some sort of proc build.
How are you gonna proc it so far?
Hmm?
With the mirrored blades, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Oh, you got one, Vidine? Yeah, we need that to do the Ubers. We're trying to collect all of them.
What, he had that 5-1 just now?
Worcer's End.
I don't know what
I don't
they're
know
called.
I don't know what it's called either. He just took a screenshot. He put it in chat.
Yeah, I'll be ready if y'all need me. Got my Amazon still linked up.
A superior old book. One socket garbage.
Like one socket garbage. Garbage. Garbage.
It's garbage and it goes right in the garbage, garbage. Cody, I don't care you huffing and puffing at me, okay? This ain't the United States of Cubas, okay? You don't have ultimate authority here. You don't get to huff your way into snacks. How about you be a goodest
Also
boy and
stand.
I'll give you some because you're a goodest boy? How about that? Does that sound like a plan? You be a goodest and maybe I give you some? Instead of trying to huff and puff and get some because you're just being a bully. I've seen you steal food right out of your mama's hand, so don't even pretend you don't. You wouldn't dare do that with me though, would you? Because I wrestle you straight to the dirt and I bite your ear. Yep, that's right. I don't take no crap from Kubas. He tries to steal my food, I'm gonna get him. I'll wrestle him. I'll start punching him in the winter. The winter punches. It's fair game. You got big teeth, you got fangs, and I got hands. How about that? Oh, you sat down and you'd be the goodest boy. Okay. See, that's how that works. And then now you get something because you're the goodest, not because you're a bully. People argue with me on YouTube about whether this is an expansion or not.
Oh no.
They're like, I don't know, I wouldn't call it an expansion because it doesn't have Act 6 and mounted combat and like I was like, alright. Okay. Dang it, I just killed him. But Witch Doctor Ndugu is still here though. Because he's a two-parter. I actually totally forgot that he was a two-parter. He's got the big boy. Let's see. Let's put the big plus the skill on. Oh wow. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't know if he's worth coming all the way down here for, but he's definitely better than some of the other ones. That was the it's weird too because he has two parts to him. He has the bottom half and he has the top half. I wonder, like, I guess I have to come back down here again because I have to check the top half. So let's write this down. So, Witch Doctor Ndugu bottom half. Negative 50% enemy fire res plus 10% max fire res plus 125% fire resistance. The bottom half? It is. It's totally the bottom half and the top half. Come on. It's literally two people standing on top of each other. Well, one person standing on the other person's shoulders, or one little demon standing on the other demon's shoulders. It is most 100% definitely a bottom half and top half.
Raccoons in a trench coat.
What's wrong with being a raccoon in a trench coat? I fail to see the problem here.
Oh yeah, so that screenshot is definitely the Act 5 one. Yeah, so we got a bill. Alright, so then we only need the Act 2 one apparently. Duriel.
I mean, maybe it actually comes from Duriel.
That's how it's supposed to work?
I mean, that one came from Bale, so... Sounds like Duriel's going to be the most expensive one. Literally. Nobody's going to want to go farm him. I think what we're going to have to establish is that when you do a key farm, what you're going to have to do is the person farming key is going to have to look and see what tomb Duriel's in, and then we're going to have to go kill Duriel. It has to be a terrorized one, though, right? Or am I wrong? I can't remember.
Yes, TZ'd. Correct.
Well, I guess you go farm the key, find out what tomb he's in, and then go from there.
Can super uniques have 5 affixes or only 4?
Don't know.
I'm trying to see if the Bind Demon adds the 8. Like, if you were to find somebody with Stone Skin, Magic Resistant, Cursed, and something else, and then
Does
you
it?
Bind Demon at level 20, does it give them 8 affixes?
Does it still add those mods to a rare monster? I thought it only added those mods to a monster that wasn't rare.
I'm not sure. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I just bodied Helder with this Mania Greater Poleaxe. This class is a little nutty, to say the least.
Well, that's interesting. So when I bound Witch Doctor and Dugu, top half, Witch Doctor and Dugu bottom half suddenly appeared. So now Witch Doctor and Dugu bottom half and Witch Doctor and Dugu top half are fighting each other. Okay, so we have Witch Doctor and Dugu. This is the top half. Top half is the same thing. Okay, so whether it's top or bottom half, it's the same thing on both of them. So we can just put top half, bottom half slash top half, same.
So it doesn't matter if you're a top or a bottom, it's the same.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're top or bottom, my friends. I'm sorry. Okay, so now we have Battle Maid Serena. She should be interesting. She's always extra fast. Maybe she'll give like attack speed or something. That'd be really crazy. I mean, so far I've seen negative fire res and I've seen negative magic res, and I've seen like some physical damage. It almost seems like they're catered toward the wizard specifically, the warlock specifically. I would have thought that I would have seen some negative cold res or some negative lightning res at some point. I know that he doesn't have those resistance, those damage types, but like, why
You
would
can make builds with them.
But why would But why wouldn't you add those? Like that just seems like a fun way that you could potentially build characters.
Venus chess piece.
So if you get a monster with Cursed and Fanaticism Aura, you have the skill Lethargy, and you have a Merc with Infinity for Conviction, there's going to be some powerful combinations.
Oh, I just got the Act 5
You
key.
don't need a conviction conviction merc anymore, though.
Right, but it's easier to get a Conviction Demon than or a Fanaticism Demon than a... I guess you could switch either one.
No, it's not. As soon as you just get Hephaestus.
So it's going to be
Thanks.
drop everything and farm the TZ Act bosses whenever they're up. Like
I got one on the first try. I literally walked in here and got one on the first try.
Right, but can't you... I think you can get a better Fanaticism Aura from a Demon than you can...
Hephaestus is a demon.
Right, but I mean, you can get a level 9 Fanaticism Aura, I think, from a
He's
Demon.
gonna have 12, I think, in hell.
Okay.
Okay, so there's Battle Maid Serena.
I mean, you getting him or Lister?
Yeah, I'm just saying, I think you can get a level 12 Fanaticism Demon and a level 12 Conviction Aura from the Merc, which is greater than a level 12 Conviction from the Demon and a level 9 from Beast.
are those health values you gave me without counting Blood Oath or whatever?
Usually when you have two modifiers that are both adding
it,
to
my game
something, they
crashed.
usually don't stack on top of each other, if that's what you're asking. Like, for instance, if you use battle orders and you also have, like, if you use Iron Skin and you also have Shout, Iron Skin adds to the base, and Shout adds to the base. They don't add to like the bonus of the opposite.
Well, he was telling me that Hephaestus has 90,000 health. That's what Dine told me in a message. I want to know if that's before or after, or if Blood Oath even affects it afterwards. Because Blood Oath, like my Blood Oath with a 1 point wonder is like plus 470% health. So
At least per, I think it's Diablo 2.io that said Hephaestus had 90,000 health.
Okay, so at this point, we move on from Battlemaid Serena, and we go to the council. So we have the
Have any good
council
modifiers?
members. I mean, I've been writing them down. I've been posting every single one of them in chat.
oh, nice. I got
Admin.
new set item. Let's go, baby.
All right, first let's just grab a random council member because I'm interested. Okay, so I have a random council member. So a random council member. It's just fire res. That's it. It's kind of poopy. Alright, so we've got
Serena's
Torque Ice
broke
Fist
and minus
first.
45 enemy magic rolls.
Alright.
What? Say that again?
Battlemaid
Huh?
Serena, her consume is it gives negative 45 to enemy magic resistance.
Jesus Christ. That might be GG.
Okay, so I've got Torque Ice
Hey,
Fist.
where's Serena?
So
She's
we,
in Act 3,
so we
right?
have our first.
Yeah.
We have our
Rune
first negative
Temple.
res. So for cold, so that's
There you
negative
go.
45% cold res.
So other builds are possible then. Let's go.
So this is Torque Ice Fist. I'm gonna assume that since these guys are elementally aligned, that each one probably aligns with a specific element. Torque Ice Fist, obviously, you know, 94% to enemy. Cold res plus 10%. And then there's probably poison in there too. To maximum cold res. And then plus 125% cold res. Alright, so let's do the other ones as well. Consume him. Apparently YN Voidbringer and the other one are in there too, that are in the deep in the Durance of Hate level 2.
Hey, Ginger, have you tested consuming things back to back? Like, is it gonna only count one time, or will it keep stacking?
Death's Web?
Oh dang
As
it,
soon
I
as you
accidentally consumed him and I didn't look and see what his buff was.
I know as soon as you fill up that demon slot, it cancels out your buff. I don't know if you have 3 slots, can you get 3 buffs though?
Good question.
But I had
My pistol is cracked right now. He just basically 1 or 2 taps everybody.
because I had 2 goatmen and a lister, and as soon as I ate the lister, I got the buff. As soon as I summoned a 3rd goatman, the buff went away.
Well, that's crap.
It's like my game just froze up. Interesting.
Yeah,
Well,
mine did too.
Let it sit there for a second. I accidentally consumed him as soon as I got him like an idiot. Was it Vile Hand? Is that the one that I grabbed?
I would think Violent Hand would be poisoned by the name.
So he doesn't have any negative poison res. Interesting. I had to take a second-hand screenshot from my going back on the thing. So no negative poison res on him, but he does have poison resistance and max poison res. So interesting. Alright, so Ish Male Vile Hand plus 10% max poison res and poison resistance. Let's just put res. Plus 25%.
Oh, my gavel of pain just dropped.
Nice. Would have been nice if it was ladder.
I mean, we're slowly trying to figure out what they all are, so we'll have a list. Maybe I'll be the first one with a list of what all they do.
And a Gin Slayer dropped as well. Too bad it's not very good.
Hey Ginger, I feel like your proc is gonna be with the bow.
My what?
I feel like your season starter build with the proc is gonna be with the bow.
I mean, rock builds generally have to be like done like with items that are actually usable. Like I can't just pick what I want. Like, I mean, the only proc item I probably will be able to get easy access to is authority.
This is true.
I mean, it's
across
not.
any of the unique books, the higher level ones.
I've only got a rare. That's it.
We found a few rares, but most of them have been
Trash.
dog water.
Yep.
What's the other guy? It's Vile Hand. It's
Oh my god, these goats are cracked.
Galeb Flame Finger. So I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that Galeb is most likely gonna be fire res.
Yeah, the goats are pretty good. They're only single targets. They're not nearly as fast as the other two builds, but they're not a slouch.
No, I got him with the Fasto, and he's already cracked. He's just making them even. Fucking hilarious.
Yep. So that's fire res. Okay. So Galeb Flame
At
Finger
this point,
was
at
predictable.
this point, all the Necros got to get a buff. They're gonna be behind.
Yeah, I'm not sure who decided to make a class that could compete with a smiter, compete with a necro, outclass a fire druid, outclass most of the sorceresses. It like outclasses 10 builds.
I'd even say 15 almost. At this point, I still think the druid and assassin are faster to start, but the power creep is serious.
So we've got Galeb Flame Finger, the Finger of the Flame. Let's go get Wyand Voidbringer and the other one.
There's already someone that used mirrored blades to do Ubers.
Oh yeah, I did see that. It was pretty good too.
It's a good skill. It's a good ability.
Has anyone posted?
I saw a
about
hammer
doing
didn't do it. I mean, a smiter do it. It felt slow, but it was about I think a 4 or 5 minute battle.
Has anyone posted a Colossal Ancient run yet?
A 4 or 5 minute
Yeah,
battle for a smiter?
Yeah.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, Ginger's trying to do the Colossal Ancient run where we don't have Act 2 yet. But it's got to be terrorized.
That's got to be. We can't choose it to be terrorized now, right?
Yeah, you got to wait for tombs. Well, yeah, I guess you could burn your shards to terrorize Act 2. You get one Duriel kill, but or you wait for tombs to be terrorized and then you farm it as much as you can.
Alright, so now we have Brim Sparkfist. Or no, this is Mayfor Dragonhand. So Mayfor Dragonhand is... These numbers are odd. Like, I don't know why they vary by, like, such small amounts.
All I can say is I'm going to be farming the heck out of the Fasto as soon as I hit Nightmare. Every time. Jesus Christ. Stupid question. That the faith bow, that's the fastest way we can get fanaticism, or was it the beast? Can't remember which one had a higher
Mania.
level.
Hustle.
Hustle.
Hustle. Well,
So it's
yeah,
only level
true.
1 though.
Yeah, it's only
Still
level 1.
better
but
than nothing.
better. Yeah, I was about to say anything's better than 0 at this point.
But you're gonna get it if you just spec into the bind demon.
Yeah, I'm automatically going by.
I think every build's gonna go bind demon where it, like
Bruh, that's not even a question of if. It's when.
And the demon trees get stronger because as you get soft points, nearly every skill can use soft points. So as soon as you get plus skills, it gets even stronger.
Yeah, if I actually want to kill, I'm going Echo. If I want them to kill, I'm just going Demon. And those fun factor demons is what I'm going at this point.
This bind demon seems kind of like broken in the way that it works. You can basically
Yeah, I know
kill
they're
any.
gonna nerf it.
You can basically kill any demon that you can bind just by binding them. And yeah, you don't really get their loot or anything, but like, if your goal is just get them out of the way for whatever reason, like you can just literally run around binding demons just for the sole purpose of just killing them.
Yeah. And then that way, if he's a tanky boy and you ain't trying to fight him, you can just bind him. And, oop, problem gone.
Yeah, like for example, like so let's say you're in the Ubers and there's one of those stupid pit lords is in the way. You just hit them a couple times, lower their HP, and then bind them. And then you can just destroy them. And you could just do that over and over again. And you could just continually bind all the demons, removing them from the playing field. They don't give you
As long
any
as you-
HP or loot anyway, so what does it matter?
You're gonna have
man,
to test
bind.
to see if you can even bind creatures from Uber realms.
They're demons.